banging, man. This your boy Nutso. Mr. Get With It and get your face knitted. Reppin' that Q Borough, nigga. Flushing Queens, man. I'm out here with my motherfucking family. You already know what it is when you hear that. Ooh, hey! Yeah, nigga. Screwball Radio with Black Poet and King Eric. Comment, what up? This is what we do, man. Nutso, Queens. Was banging, nigga.
Yeah, it's your boy Life Pretty Long, live from the pandemic. Yeah, so keeping the vibes right. You know what I'm saying? We got Screwball Radio with your man King Eric, Black Poet. Shout out my man Comment, you know how we do, you know what I mean? Screwball Radio, get in tune, baby. We out here, let's go.
Screwball.
Yeah, what up, man? It's your boy Common, man, Screwball Capo, and I'm here on Screwball Radio with my brother Black Poet and King Eric.
You know what it is? It's Escape, the drippiest of Screwball. I'm here with the wildest and the grimiest, King Eric and Black Poet at Screwball Radio. Oh yeah, shout out my big bros for life, John Nitty, Kyron, Common, Bronche, rest easy KL Hostel.
What's hood good with y'all? This your big homie, Prodigy Hood from the South Central Cartel. I'm tapping in with the homies, Black Poet and Eric Mossberg at Screwball Radio. Bang that.
What's up? This is Prince Power Rule, aka Marcano from the Leftovers, and you're listening to Screwball Radio with my man Black Poet and King Eric. Yeah.
What it is, y'all. This your player partner, the legendary Cocaine. And look, I want to give big ups to my East Coast family. Shout out to Screwball Radio, you dig? Man, big ups to Common, Black, Poet, and my nephew Eric Mossberg. That's what it is, Screwball Radio, Buddy Boys, the legendary Cocaine. We on that Monkey With Funky campaign, you heard? Man, keep it wiggling.
Screwball.
Remix. Cheer.
When I come to the hood,
you know it's poppin'.
ain't nothing changed.
You know it's on.
When I come to the hood,
You know it's poppin'.
ain't nothing changed.
You know it's
When
on.
I come to the hood,
Still reppin' the hub, on foot patrol with a 38 snub. Hoes loving the G1 times on post, hoping a nigga snitch who be selling the most. Yeah, we still follow the code. Couple of niggas stretched when the work got sold. Keeping it all hood, dress code, never switch. Compton all day, these G's never snitch. Ghetto bird hit the area, they still fly. Reporting a homicide when cars ride by. Ain't a damn thing changed, everybody got pets. In the neighborhood spot with a couple hood rats. Yeah, niggas for life, so it's all year round. Compton's still the same, so you know how we get down. Yeah, 8 get it crackin'. Still a minute, so it be no acting.
when I come to the hood,
You know it's poppin'.
ain't nothing changed.
What? You know it's on.
When I come to the hood,
You know it's poppin'.
ain't nothing changed.
What? You know it's
When
on.
I come to the hood,
What? You know it's poppin'.
ain't nothing changed.
What? You know it's
When
on.
I come to the hood,
It's straight poppin'.
ain't nothing changed.
What? You know it's
When
on.
I come to the hood,
I'm in a 6 quattro, hopping cause it's hot, then dropping and squat the block low. I'm not your ordinary thing, man, in LA.
Extraordinary gangbang.
Territorial marks right on the wall. Broad day to nightfall, they ain't fighting with y'all. Nah, we popping and chipping, poverty stricken. Honestly, a lot of robberies are rocking a chicken. Ain't nothing changed, we work khakis and chucks, t-shirt, hat to the bag. Exactly what's up. See, you probably like me if you ride with the heat. I survive and need identifying with the streets. Don't think I'ma switch, get rich and then front. Cause when I finish with this where I end up. East to west side, yes. That's on my mama. Melee, LA, Papa from the Dodgers.
when I come to the hood,
You know it's poppin'.
ain't nothing changed.
You know it's
When
on.
I come to the hood,
What? You know it's poppin'.
ain't nothing changed.
What? You know it's
When
on.
I come to the hood,
You know it's poppin'.
ain't nothing changed.
You know it's
When I
on.
come to the hood,
You know it's poppin'.
ain't nothing changed.
You know it's
When
on.
I come to the hood,
What? You know it's love. Chillin' with the thugs and my thuns like the Dutch up. Nigga, what the fuck's up? I'm all good. You don't wanna see me running up through your hood. own goon saying, why you mess with Poe? I don't give a fuck who they say is next to blow. They just ringtone rappers and they already know what. Ain't nothing changed. I spit flame forever. I'm hardcore like whips, chains, and leather. I got shit locked. New York to this block. Time's up, tick-tock. Move slow, get pop. On the real show, I ain't even feeling niggas. Over 20 years in the game, lyrically killing niggas. Repping my hood, checking the weapons is good. Stepping all over niggas, reps in they neck of the woods. You know it's poppin'. You know it's on. What? You know it's poppin'. What? You know it's on. You know it's poppin'. You know it's on. You know it's poppin'. You know it's on.
Yeah.
Yo, live and direct, Screwball Radio. You hear me? All right. Yeah, we are live and direct. Yo, Kama, you there? Hold on, I'm gonna bring him back. Hold on 1 second. We're gonna get this thing under control. Yo, you there?
Check.
Yeah, we here, man.
What? Screwball Radio. Live from the Matrix. What's going on, E?
Man, it's all good, man. Episode 279 underway. We showing love from QB to North Carolina to Compton tonight, man. We got a guest on the line. First of all, big birthday shout out to MC8. We know we had to play that cut right there because, you know, he did a joint with the fam.
Yes, sir. West up. East to west. You know what it is.
Yeah, we tap it in from the West, man. And tonight here we have one of the dopest West Coast MCs out there, man. Representing Compton. He's been putting in a lot of work for the past 10 years since I've known him, you know, from the appearances he's been doing with Off the Cuff Radio. So he tapping in with us from Compton to QB right here. Big shout out to Derek CPT for reconnecting us. And let's welcome I Am Jameal to Screwball Radio, man.
Yo, what's up? What's up with y'all?
Who hand was shaking, brother?
Man, I appreciate y'all having me on again, man. You feel me? Coming full circle, man.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. East to west, you know, we got to show love to the real. You know, I go by the name of Comet, the Madman, you know, representing Screwball Radio, Queensbridge, and all that. Glad to have you on the show with us, brother.
Man, I appreciate it, man. I definitely do, man. I'm a fan of what y'all do too, man.
Yeah, you know, you come from I want to say one of the most thoroughest cities in LA. A lot of artists come out of your city. A lot of great artists at that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so, you know, he put me on to you. I listened to some joints and I was like, woof, you know, he got that gutter, you know.
And that's crazy because I'm heavily inspired by, you know, by New York hip hop, like, you know, like my I won't even call it a religious belief, but what, you know, when I got brought on to what people call right knowledge, you know what I'm saying? It was from people from Queens and people from Harlem, you know what I'm saying? So I'm heavily inspired by AZ and like Nas and you know what I'm saying?
Or knowledge yourself you speaking on?
Yeah, man. Like, you feel me? I got introduced to that and I want to say maybe like 2011, 2012, and I got blessed to the 90s in New York and Harlem and all them spots. So I've been out there a couple times or whatever. So it's almost like New York is like the Mecca for me. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
if I was a Muslim or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this is it's pretty much in every state. You know, I believe West Coast Cam over there, you know, he definitely was heavy on the nation. You know, Ice Cube had his little you know, he was heavy with the nation.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much all on self belief and what you believe in. But definitely New York was very influenced in the nation of the five. You know what I mean? Peace to the
Yeah.
peace to the gods and earths. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, right now, you know, it's
Peace to
about
the
you,
God and
brother.
earth for sure.
It's
Yeah,
about
man.
you.
It's
You know what I
about you,
mean?
man. Welcome to episode 279, man. It's glad to have you on. This the first show we did together probably about 7 years, I believe,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, that's what I was talking about. It coming full circle because earlier in my career, matter of fact, I just found the audio from the last time we did one of these, and that's just like probably like good 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah, man. I'm like, yeah, because I was like, man, when I got on to you, I was like, man, one thing I know about Compton MCs is that you guys aren't afraid to ruffle some feathers, and you know, y'all have that sedated.
Nah, yeah. Even I did it to a default too. You know what I'm saying too. So you know,
I
but
mean,
I'm
it's just it's just being brought up that
go ahead,
way
brother.
over there.
Yeah, it's definitely something in the water. Like people abroad when they hear Compton, they think the negative of everything. Like you know what I'm saying. But it's a lot of great things that come from Compton too. So now I make it a point on trying to highlight that. You know what I'm saying? The negative still exists. You know what I'm saying? But you know, right now the spotlight is on us. You know.
Yeah, and
Yeah, for sure.
what brought me to your music was that you was one of the few guys that I heard that was talk about gentrification in these
Yeah.
neighborhoods. Nobody was
Yeah.
really
Early.
tackling topics like that.
To a default. Like I usually try to like I tried to stray away from it from so long, but you know, like they say, your history is always you shouldn't really be ashamed of your history. It's a part of what the growth process, what took you to where I'm at now, you know. So like I'm notoriously known, you know what I'm saying, when people hear my name for getting into it with like a nasty back and forth on social media with the ex-mayor of Compton, Asia Brown. So you
Mm.
know what I'm saying? And I know Eric remember that, but you know what I'm saying? I really like while all the other rappers coming up in that beef era where everybody was like attacking the other rappers, I thought that was lame and corny. So I came after the politicians. So like if you do your homework, a lot of the politicians that's going to jail now or may have got caught doing crazy stuff, I was like name dropping them and dissing them in songs, like you know.
So you pretty much like a community activist.
By default, you know what I'm saying. I never set out to be one. It's definitely in my family history, but I was just at the time I had a music teacher that was kind of like he was kind of like my idol, and he kind of taught me everything I kind of know about arts, about just you know what I'm saying anything having to do with the arts. So when I first started doing music professionally, I used to send him my music, and he would be
Mm.
like, the beats is dope and you know what I'm saying everything is cool, but you're not really talking about nothing. Like how is this uplifting our people? So I used to be like, oh man, he hating, he old, he don't know what the hell he talk about. This is it. And then I got shot maybe like 2012, and I had some time, like you know, whenever you go through something that'll sit you down like that, being like jail or getting shot, I had some time to think. And so it's like when I came back after that, it was like I want what I'm saying to be meaningful. You know what I'm saying? We could talk about lowriders and shaking ass and how much money we, you know what I'm saying, making on the block and all that. But you know, what's the legacy gonna be? And so, you know, I
Yeah.
started like you say, I started talking about stuff in the community, and that ruffled more feathers. Like I always tell people, when I was talking about, you know, how much dope we sold and how much money we had in the bitches, nobody had a problem. We could shoot videos in the city, our permits get approved. As soon as I start talking about the misappropriation of funds and the potholes and the school system that's fucked up, I was like public enemy number one, worse than a gang member.
Yeah, you know, I mean, you know, one thing about hip hop, and I blame the industry for it, is how they try to drown out the conscious rapper. the artist that was speaking what the environment was like. Because when you go back to early days of hip hop, that's what it was about. It was about uplifting the community. It was about, letting people know what's going on in the community that's not being said. And
True.
like you say, a lot of the politicians, they want to sweep it under the rug. They don't want you to know that. They want you out there selling crack. They want you
Yeah.
out there killing your people. They don't want you to tell you that you could be something. You know what I'm saying? So that's good that you on that path, because to me, hip hop got to come back to that.
Yeah, it definitely do. The downside was like Eric knows, like in that era when the NWA movie had came out and all that stuff, that a lot of artists from my area benefited from, because I was like public enemy number one. I was like banned from a lot of that stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? But
Mm.
but it's crazy how the most high work is my song started to gain traction in New York. So like my biggest fan base is in New York. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so the New York cats and the cats that's in the the Gods of Earth and the Nuwapian Nation, they started sharing my music abroad, and it kind of just took off, and I became like this cult figure. You know what I'm saying? Like almost like anti-establishment type cat, which led to me going to the Congressional Black Caucus in 2019 with Congressman Maxine Waters and speaking on some panels and stuff. And that's what kind of took off my community thing. You know what I'm saying? So, moral of the story, like what somebody gonna try to block, no man could block what the Most High got going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man.
After that,
The real power is in what's being said. It ain't the look. It's really, the words are powerful, man. And when you could speak on things that uplift or put people in a reality state of mind, because hip hop, a lot of that shit is just, that's just like movie shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Most of
right.
that shit ain't real. So when you touching on topics and you speaking reality rap, that draw a lot of people in, because a lot of people is tired of the bullshit rap. I don't care that you twerking or swinging on a
Yeah.
pole or none of that shit. Tell me something that I don't know. That's why NWA at the time was big. The Public Enemies was big. The Rakims was
Mm-hmm.
big. You know what I'm saying? The Mob Deeps, the Nas's, the Tragedy Gaddafi's, the Brand
Yeah.
Nubians, all these people, they, and this is going all the way back to Melly Mel. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
speaking on your environment and letting people know what's really going on. And like I said, we need more of you. We need more people like you.
I just don't think that the actual general public realize, like, all those artists that you just named, like they made a sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? Being left out of certain things, not getting the bigger opportunities that they probably should have had because they were better than artists, and and all that stuff. And I definitely can say that I experienced that, but it's just like the something about like guys from Compton. It's like you can telling us no is the worst thing you can do. Like I almost compare it to like guys from Brooklyn. We just like, because like it's that NWA spirit. It's just like telling us no will make us want to do something more. You know what I'm saying? So I've always had like that dog in me to be able to try to get things accomplished, but it definitely was a crazy road.
And it's kind of wild, man, because you would think that with all the stuff that's going on, from the economy, from the way the president's wilding, you would think that hip hop will be the first front line talking about this stuff, but it's the polar opposite.
I
Yeah, but see,
mean,
like Kanye said something, and he's crazy as shit. But he said something like a couple years back, and I don't think it went over everybody's head because he's so crazy with the way he addresses stuff. But like hip hop, like if this was the Bible time, like hip hop would be like the new leaders. You know what I'm saying? And everybody is going to get their content from offshoots of hip hop culture. So we control more than what we think we do, but
mm-hmm.
it's for some reason it's like, and it's an attack on our culture, because if you look at it right now, like Nas said hip hop was dead in 2012, But if you look at it now, like hip hop is like damn near totally unexistent. Like we can't put it all on West Side Gun and we can't put it all on Kendrick, but besides, who's doing hip hop? Like what the essence of what hip hop is supposed to be, besides a small, minute group of artists, who's really producing hip hop music?
I mean, when you think about the hip hop, you still got your groups like, Smith and Wesson,
Yeah.
Black Moon, Planet Asia. Shout out Planet Asia. There's still a lot of good hip hop, but you got to dig for that.
Yeah.
It's not really like right there in front of you, like you were saying. Like the Griselda and everybody who's lit right now, but at the end of the day, there's still hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's you just got to dig for it. Like before, that's what it was. Like from radio, you going back to the 80s, to the 90s. That's what it was. That the conscious rap is what it was. Poor Righteous Teacher, etc., etc. And one thing is for certain. Even you going back to the movie time, and you watch Boys in the Hood. There's a certain clip, where Lawrence Fishburne is talking to the hood and telling them, look, you know what I'm saying? Y'all keep fucking up, and they're gonna come in to the communities, and take over the communities.
That ends up being the overlooked scene.
Yeah, and it's crazy because I just watched that movie a couple nights ago, and I saw that part that he's talking about. And I mean, it's happening everywhere. It's happening in New York. It's definitely happening in California. Like, like I grew up in a predominantly African American and Hispanic neighborhood, and it's talking about, people lost their homes, and it's like it's a totally different neighborhood from the neighborhood I grew up in when I was a child.
Yeah, gentrification is real. It's real, but at the same time, that's their way of keeping the people down. Because then you just end up moving to a more poor community.
Poor community, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But what people don't understand is that real power is people. And if all the people was to stand side by side, a lot of the things wouldn't be happening. But more is ego driven. So, they rather talk about what jewelry they got and what cars they whipping, instead of, really doing something for their community. And not saying that some artists don't do it, because there's a lot of artists that do it. You know what I'm saying? That feed their communities and do toy drives and clothing drives and the endless of trying to support the community. But, one person doing it is sometimes not enough. You really need a group of people to do it. Like you got billionaires that come from the hood, and they'll do some, but they won't do it all. Not saying that they have to, but if you say you for the people, show the people.
It takes a village to move a nation.
Yeah.
For real. But I don't want to be too political on the show.
We want to talk about the music.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
With the music we got going on, man. Like, who was your inspirations in rhyme for starters?
A lot of people.
Who made Jameal wanna do what he do?
I mean, I don't know. It's just something like I feel like I was born to kind of do this. Like, it's just I'm super musically inclined. And even like before I was rapping, I was playing the drums and kind of like, just always involved in music, grew up in the church and stuff like that. So I didn't even really find out that I was musically talented until I got to high school. Like when I went to high school, I had ended up getting into a little trouble, which ended up forcing me to be on like a summary probation type situation where they forced me to go to a community college in the summer and take music courses and stuff like that. And so then, my whole life, I messed up in school, not too really good at grades and stuff like that, or as far as like the general education. But, once I get in this music class and they realizing that I can play piano and I can play bass and I can play French horn and I can program drum machines, they like, they like amazed. And this is something that we've just been doing in the neighborhood, in the backyards, and watching the musicians at church, never formally taught. So it wasn't until I got to that college course and now start, okay, they like, okay, you got something right here. You ain't never been taught. You like, you can't read music, but you can hang with all the musicians, you know what I'm saying, that can actually been classically trained and stuff like that, because I learned in the church. So then I started like taking it a little bit seriously. And then it's just something about hip hop. It's just like I caught the bug for a long. I always wanted to rap, but I didn't actually like try to start rapping until maybe like my 11th grade year. And I just studied, like, you know what I'm saying? Just like anything I get interested in, I just kind of like immerse myself into it, like almost like I have an addictive spirit, semi. And I just immerse myself in just hip hop culture, man, just trying to learn. I mean, like, walking around with a thesaurus in the backpack, trying to, figure out, different word meanings and, syllables and soliloquies and, just stuff like that. And then I just fell in love with Jay-Z. And then that's what kind of like, I feel like kind of studying him kind of pushed me apart, because I'm from a community where everybody's, rapping about, we on the block with the homies, the lowriders. Nobody is really, we don't really have too many like dudes that prided themselves on lyricism from California. Like you got your exhibits, you got your like you say, your Planet Asias, your Razzcasses, but where I'm from in Compton, we listened to the gangbangers, the dudes that was riding in the 6 4s with the Jerry curls and stuff like that. But I just slowly started to fall in love with hip hop and get around other people that was, feeling the same way. And it's just like I said, we studied a lot of the East Coast dudes, opposed to listening to what we listen to though.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So, to make it in layman's terms, you pretty much a producer.
Yeah. That's how I started. Before I ever wanted to rap, I wanted to produce ever since I was young. Like,
So a lot of your
super Teddy Riley fan,
So a lot of your early music you produced?
Yeah, definitely. And then like I said, I come from like one of my best friends who taught me how to make beats pretty much. His father named Tease, his name my partner Tease, his father was Soup, and he produced like a lot of shit for Ice Cube Wicked. And so like Laid Law and West Coast Stone, I've been knowing these cats since I was little, in the studio sessions, like, kind of just sitting, soaking up game, being a fly on the wall. And so, finally they started letting me touch equipment and it was just a wrap,
I mean,
mad scientists.
Yeah, those are the best ones, man, because you in the back, just like you said, you soaking up game, and experience is the best teacher. Not so much listening, you know what I'm saying, but being able to watch how people work and what they doing, and for me and myself, one thing I always did when I was in the studio was ask questions. Not all the time did I need to, because I just watch and see what they're doing, but just because you're watching and doing, you really don't know what it's doing. So it's good to always ask questions. So that's how I was able to record myself and learn how to mix and master, was just paying attention.
And like I was blessed by the Most High, because like when it comes to musicians in Compton and just that whole circle, I was blessed to just be around some of the greatest. Like I think for sure, I think you guys have for sure interviewed Stan the Guitar Man. That's one of my one of my guys. He played on LL Cool J's and a bunch of, he did everything when it comes to like NWA, even Harvey Estrada, who's another he was my high school band teacher and my college professor when I started doing music. And his son is working for Kendrick right now, And so I got to work around all these, these great people and learn a lot of game before I was able to start creating my own music. So I'm also kind of like a child prodigy when it comes to like Compton musicians.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Definitely looking forward to hear some of your music. One of my favorite joints of yours is Potholes.
Yeah, and that's the actual record that took me to the Congressional Black Caucus.
I could see
And,
why.
Yeah.
I definitely could see why.
Mm-hmm. It was just like I said at the time, like I'm getting into this nasty back and forth with Mayor Asia Brown, the current mayor, you know, who I kind of made peace with, and Margaret Lee Thomas, who was like the Los Angeles superintendent. I'm dissing them on records and trolling them like on some 50 Cent stuff, doing posts on Instagram. So musically, nobody wants to touch me. No labels want to touch me or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like even like the situation that happened to my man brother Suge at Tams, people always joke like that could have happened to you, because I was like banned from a lot of that stuff too. And you feel me? I just decided not to take the advice of people that was calling me, telling me not to show up, you know? And so, you know, when all that stuff was going on, I was kind of like, in so many words, blackballed. But I released that song, and some type of way they were doing like a special in Compton about the property raid on one of the popular news channels, and one of the news anchors, you know, got a hold to the song and used it in the segment. And that kind of led to me meeting Congressman Maxine Waters and her taking me to the Congressional Black Caucus. And I spoke like on a panel, you know what I'm saying, you know, 15 or 16 people, and, you know, was actually able to bring back some infrastructure and some resources to my city, which I thought was cool too at the time too.
Yeah, man, that's big, man. Congratulations, man. Keep doing what you do, man, because like we were saying, not a lot of people know how to use their voice and use their voice for the good. You know, they rather, like you said, you know, the hood talk about the banging and the lows and all of that, when that don't really do nothing for the community.
I think they do it because they really do it because they figure that's the safe bet to making money, because they're not really built to take on what comes with the backlash, that is, you know, because, you know, if you standing on solid ground and you talking the stuff that he's talking, you're going to most likely get some backlash. You can most likely get some flack, and a lot of these guys clearly ain't built for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that they built for it. They probably don't want to bring the kind of drama that it's going to bring to their neighborhood, you know?
And my thing was always this, like, you know, I'm getting money now, and I'm doing, you know, I'm traveling. Just got my passport 4 or 5 years ago. Why would I say something on a record crazy that's gonna have guys from my neighborhood, the little young dudes that's going to school that can't escape the ghetto, they getting into stuff while I'm sitting somewhere eating shrimp and shit. You know what I'm saying? I always thought that was just like super lame, you know? Not to bring up any artists like from the West Coast, but a lot of artists did that. You know, they got on, they attached themselves to certain neighborhoods and gangs, and then when the bullshit kicked off, they was sitting up in, you know, Porter Ranch. I always thought that was just lame.
Well, you know, when shit get real, the people that touch money, they try to, you know, remove themselves from, you know, what they was trying to attach to that even gave them a name. You know, like think about it. You see that all the time. You see that, and I forget. I call people like that hang-arounds, man, because they just coming to hang around.
Yeah.
You know, to learn how to move like the real ones do. You know what I'm saying? They not really there. They not really there for their people or the hood. They there for clout, to say that they know this one and that they be around this one, but at the end of the day, they not really doing no work. They not putting in no work for nobody. You know what I'm saying? They just there to glorify the name of what that name represents, or you know, because you got people that love their hood, man, and they'll die for their hood. And then you got people that come in and they just there for the glamour and glitz.
I got a friend that I used to rap with earlier in my career, and I mean, this brother was talented, so much so that we had went somewhere one time, and he rapped for Jimmy Iovine, and Jimmy Iovine had promised him a deal if he could stay out of jail. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm.
he couldn't stay out of jail. Long story short, he ended up getting like 35 years to life.
Damn.
And we have conversations all the time. We conversate on the phone or social media. And he was like, man, I did all this for the neighborhood to end up, you know what I'm saying, like in here, like serving literally like the rest of my life. Like even if I have a chance for parole, it's a chance that because of the crime that I did, I might not even be able to make parole. And he like just look, all this for nothing, like sacrifice my life for nothing. And so I always like, that's why I keep in contact with a lot of my peoples that's in jail and stuff like that, because having conversations with them will ground you. Because we think we got problems out here, but we in the land of the free and the land of the living.
Yes, sir. That's for sure. I got cousins. They doing football numbers. You know what I'm saying? And all they could say is that they wish they did things different. So that's why I moved different. I was able to do this music, and music changed my life. It didn't change how I act towards my people though. I'm always be a G to my people forever. But at the same time, when you start being successful, you have to move different. You have to be smarter. You don't want to jeopardize nothing that it took you this long to build. People might say you acting funny, but it's not acting funny. It's protecting the investment. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, this music shit is an investment. Like we taking our time, we putting our hearts into this investment, and that shit could be gone in a second by doing the wrong thing. So
And we so drugged up and on what we own in every community, just not on the West Coast, that we don't realize that we literally like being robbed right now. Like, look at the way the streaming is. Like, just as a to take it back to the music conversation, like as an artist, the music is not what's bringing in the revenue. You have to come up with all type. The music is almost kind of like the commercial or the calling card. The days of the music video is over. And I get the monthly breakdowns on what you make for streaming from these companies, and it's like horrendous. You know what I'm saying? And so
Yeah.
now it's hard to be an artist, because the way that they have the game set up is set up for you to keep spending your money and never make money.
That's why I be telling E, my latest release, I didn't stream it. I went back to the hand to hand. I went back to, you could get it from me, but you ain't gonna get it nowhere else. And you just got to put in a little more work. Because like I always tell E, this streaming shit, and I've been saying this for years, it's robbery. Because at the end of the day, you putting out paper for the studio, for mastering. You might get this artist to feature on a song, or you might do this, and most of that comes out of pocket when you're independent. For them to treat the record and talk about, it needs to be on a playlist. Nah, fuck all that playlist shit. Fuck all that shit. I'm gonna drop my music. I'm gonna put my videos out. Y'all want the album? Y'all buy it direct. I'd rather sell the album $9.99, $10 than to worry about your 0.003% of a stream, which I never in my life even held a 0.3. So you tell me percentage of a penny, I never even seen a percentage of a penny. I know a cent. I know 1 cent.
And even it's like not to get on the conspiracy theory, but that's kind of why I really believe why they got Prince up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Because if you study what Prince was doing once he got them masters from Sony, he was trying to create like a distribution, his own, bypass the digital distribution, and he had done it successfully, like I think like twice. And so if more people, then you had like artists like like Ryan Leslie, who was doing Renegades. It's like, where did Ryan Leslie go? And you know what I'm saying? So all these people that were kind of trying to do, I don't think it's a coincidence that all these people that was trying to innovate, they almost end up getting arrested, some trumped up charges. You know, if you look at what happened to Irv and them back in the '90s when they was trying to run a little play, or you know what I'm saying, or they end up dead. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So once again, we involving ourselves in something that we was never designed to be at the table for anyway. Like, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
same thing. Yeah, same thing. Even with Michael Jackson, man, it's like when you
Yeah.
start acquiring so much power, where you control your destiny, they don't want any of that. Because when you outsmart the
Mhm.
game, they're gonna do any. They're gonna find any way, shape, and form to put smut on your name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they don't want you to be what they don't want you to be bigger than them. They want you to need them. But if you smart and you understand things, you go ahead and do it your way. You know, and either
And it was
whether
crazy. I just had an argument with one of my good friends, and he was saying like they lost that situation. You know, they could have had a black distribution company, but they lost it because all their companies were started from negative shit. You know, Irv and them was doing some shit in the street, Death Row and them was doing some shit in the street, and that's what brought them down. And I won't use the word that he used, but brothers always want to do something illegal to try to get something going. And I'm like, it's no different than the Kennedys who started their empire off of bootlegging and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it's almost like what's good for the goose ain't good for the gander, you know? But I definitely don't. I think that there's an attack on artists wanting to have ownership. You know what I'm saying? Wanting to control because having ownership in the publishing, you have the control. Like I was blessed to start working with at TDE like right before Kendrick left, just being able to be a fly on the wall because I was doing some records for J Rock and the way that they run their program it's just like they because they have control and because they may be dealing with a major, but they started independently and built their shit up to get the partnership with the major. They release
hmm
music when they want to release music. They do what they want to do.
right,
You know what I'm saying? If they have an artist that that ain't in the mood to release music for 4 or 5 years, and that's just what it is until you get the bug again. It's very much based on the artistry, and then it's like yeah, I even know for myself like when it's too much of the business gets involved, it kills my creativity. It kills my creativity spirit. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
they
I
always
be
say the music is the easy part. The business part is where the headaches are.
yeah,
well, that's because when you just think about music, that's something that you love. You know what I'm saying? So it comes from the heart, and you can get into it. But the politics and the business side of it, you know, it can give you a headache, and it just makes you fall back. This is why I chose to not really do the streaming. The streaming is a form of the business, and I'd rather just make music and push it to the people that enjoy my music. You know what I'm saying? And I'd rather be connected to the fan than connected to a machine. You know what I'm saying? Because at the same time, I still control the creativity. I still control
yeah.
it, but I don't want to lose that control. I don't want nobody to have control over me. You know, and that's what the label do. Like
And it's
not.
crazy. I'm getting ready to start moving like you because like my dream. I'm inspired by Quincy Jones and all that, and all those big producers. So I always wanna. I like to collaborate and work to get different sounds. I'm not one of those people that believe like my way is the end all be all. I want to whatever I can do to get the best quality of music out. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not against AI and I'm not against collaboration, but I just did a collaboration with a producer that I produced the whole record, totally did the record myself, and he just came in and kind of like session played some keyboard and did some drums, and because he signed to a manager now, and the managers are like in the music industry, y'all know how the managers be, right? They
Mm-hmm.
wanted this my friend, and they want to charge me 5,000 because he played some keys and did some drums, and I can't put the record out until I pay the 5,000 for him just touching the keys and the drums, and I'm just like, like under, like what has this shit become? You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand it's a business, but sometimes the business can definitely kill the creativity. Like I know of some records that's out right now that I mean you guys are probably like I don't know if a lot of people know this, but Q-Tip and Kendrick got a whole album together. I
Mm,
don't know if people notice that people will never probably get to hear the business. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, that's another thing. Having management. Management want to control the artist, but listen, if the music is good and the music sounds phenomenal, put the record out. You're gonna eat regardless. Why hold it because of the paper? Like, you really worried about the 5 bands when this song could make 1 million?
or I could do it like how Dick Griffey and them was doing back in the day. Like, I've been in the game for a little while. So it's like I could pay you the 5 bands, but now I'm paying you for a session player and then all the back end, is mine.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
here's your 5 bands for session playing, and then when we get to do the splits, then this is my record. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
because you got paid in advance already.
so it's just like in the music industry, it's just like I try to always do fair and good business, but what I come to find out is a lot of people get robbed. And instead of
Mhm.
them saying, "Oh, well, I ain't gonna rob nobody else, and I'm gonna do good business and make sure they start doing the same exact shit that was done to them to other people," it's the
Yeah,
craziest shit ever.
yeah, because me myself, if I do a record with somebody and they pay me a certain percentage up front, I'm cool with getting something small on the back end because you already took care of me up front. But you still got to give me that percentage. I might not tell you got to give me 50%, but you already paid me up front, so give me 10% on the back end, which lets me know that I'm still gonna earn when the record drop, which is good, which is good business. You know what I'm saying? But so many people are greedy, and that's the problem. Because greed kills everything. Greed kills everything. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be fair. If me and you been on the block all day and I go buy myself a hero, I'm going to give you half of that hero. We've been on the block all day. Well, I'm going to eat the whole hero in front of you for? That's just greed. You know what I'm saying? And if I bought a 50-cent soda, I'm going to pour you half of that shit so we both good. So if people had that same mentality in business, everybody would be eating.
And it's just not like that no more. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, greed is greed, man. And jealousy is another thing. They might be jealous that you're going to do better than them. When you should never feel jealous if your brother going to do better than you. Because if your brother pop, your brother going to take you with him.
Yeah.
But if you have the jealous mindset, or he might be bigger than me, or he might do this, or he might do that, that's crazy to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, I'm sure you've dealt with it. You know a lot of people, and you're not afraid to let people meet other people. Where you got people that don't want to let you know who they know.
Yeah.
With the fear of you might be bigger than them.
Yeah.
But if you my people, we
shouldn't
gonna
matter.
Yeah, it shouldn't matter, man. We both gonna go because we both here right now. But again, greed and jealousy in this business, it kills friendships.
Definitely. Just in life in general, I don't know what it's about the last, I want to say 5 or 6 years. Like people will do anything to be what they perceive in their mind as successful, and nobody really work with a moral compass or a code like that. It's the
Yeah.
craziest thing to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? So living in a world where you have a set of moral standards and a code that you're operating by, that it just don't exist. It make it hard for you to kind of maneuver. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. That's for certain. But yo,
Yo.
We've been building. I know the people want to hear what Jameal been cooking up. So let's get the pot stirring. And, let's give the people what they want, man.
Let's hit with some bangers, man.
Let's go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Screwball Radio, live from the Matrix.
Let's get it.
Who
motherfucking house. We love you.
Oh shit, it's the come up
Don't
boy.
wanna meet no more of my idols. No respect for them. We emulated niggas that's nothing like what they rap. Fuck it, I got it now, and I promise to keep it honest. Promise to keep it Compton. Dickie Shorts, Cortez, trapping out the Howard Johnson. Like I ain't going home if I don't make enough to put my daughter through a year of college. We the niggas that your favorite rapper name dropping. And when they see us, they tuck chains and smile awkward. Gang, gang, nigga, Florida, Marlin. Cops call us the baby killers, we be catching bodies. And I got homies from the 9 to the Magnolia who bleed blue pop pills and toast semi-auto. Who you know painting pictures vivid as Picasso. A Compton Avenue shootout, strips through them potholes. Can't forget about them vatos who put CV. Compton Vadio playing to get you adios. Back when I would open up for Lazy Bone, I knew I was on. He hated on me, told Chris don't let me perform. Shit hurt me hella bad, I grew up on his songs. Then Jerry hella told me that I be bigger than Bone, but I ain't get cocky, I stay humble, nigga. Work on my defense game, now I'ma tumble niggas. Damn Daniel Coke flow, no arm and hammer. Team, whole squad, 21 Savage. We the Cubs, French tubs, sipping yellow tusk. I bet your hoe stick around if she come with us. I got real street niggas ready to amp me up. I tell them it's just rap, they wanna fuck you up. I aim to be number one, never runner up. Big money, big joints going Tommy John. Man, who the fuck is Cuz? He ain't one of us. You stand next to a sucker, you must be one of them. You stand next to a sucker, you can't fuck with us. Somebody tell you suckers they gotta level up. Don't need a Compton challenge to show you I'm confident. I'm a threat to any artist you got on your roster. I do the auto-tune shit, but the flow is a monster. Bring any artist you got signed and I lyrically off, and that's on Compton, nigga, I kill them all. Use your top 5 MCs as dental flaws. Wilmington Ave, 4th quarter going John Wall. They tryna play a real nigga like an eyeball. They wanna politic on me, let's have a sidebar. Whatever happened to making it cause you rhyme hard. Hard times got me thinking like a time bomb. But I don't break Ben Fold, nigga, I'm so hub. But when you spit hot fire like Line, they want you to die off. I do songs hoping the wave will rub off. I paid dues, gave it my all, no love lost. Same niggas floss on me is begging to get a song. The shit kinda ironic to be honest, but we don't do fake ass niggas, so keep mobbing. Marsburg, non-fiction, real Compton, plus real pop news in the city that bang Compton. They put dirt on my name but couldn't stop me. Set me up like Pac in the quad studio lobby. Came back stronger than ever, I'm a hard body. We ain't in the same lane, my nigga, you not like me.
What's the motherfucking deal? It's your nigga, Mac Daddy, aka Chocolate Poppy, aka Hide and Skeet, but better known as the infamous JK. You are now listening
Oh shit, it's the come up boy.
Cubs Radio, Compton Challenge. Jameal, I hear you, boy. 2017, it's on year. Cubs, baby, we out.
I went at the competition with no pot to piss in. I was hungry, they was hungover, the focus different. I went at the man, you went at these rapper niggas. You made friends with the same niggas I'm after, nigga, fuck you. I see what it is, I see what it is. We cross paths, it be what it is, it be what it is. Niggas stole covers and carbon copied the brother. I came back with TBK and I killed Summer. Jax, nigga, I'm on him. I'ma name my EP all cuz I'm on you. I ain't in the lane with niggas who fake bang and only attack Pro Tools. Bobby said body these niggas and stay focused. Know I got killers on deck, they don't notice. Niggas not keeping it G and we all know it. They wanna Malcolm X me or Martin the young poet. If Asia win again, we fucked and we all know it.
Oh shit, it's the come up boy.
There's a difference. You do gotta be educated though. You just can't go into a record company and say, check this out. This is what the fuck I want. I'm a gangster, I want mine, I'm a street nigga, and you gonna give me mine. They'll turn around and say, okay, we scared of you, so we gonna give you what you want. What you want. They don't know what they want. They gonna say, well, you know, we'll give you $1. But do you want that $1? Yeah, give me that motherfucking $1. You probably supposed to get $20. But they so motherfucking stupid being idiots, they getting fucked. So they don't even know it. So they leave the meeting feeling good as a motherfucking, calling everybody, yeah, this is what that's done, and whoop. All along, they got punked. Didn't even know it. But you know, one thing you gotta learn though is this. What I learned that you can make more money with a conversation and a pencil than you can with the gun and the knife. That's a really important lesson.
I love my artists. I mean, I don't consider my people artists. I consider them family. It's just a big difference. If they decided to turn me rapping or singing, they still be my homeboys. We still travel together. If they need something, it's mine. It'll still be theirs. It's still the same thing. It's not no situation where I'm dealing with them strictly for business because they're good. Because it don't go like that. You gotta have a more, respect for your people. course, you know we got a Death Row East going on. Of course, you heard about that.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Damu!
CUB. Word up. This that Suge Knight, hang you over the balcony by your leg float. Got to try me on tuck, pocket rocket, I call it my days low. Straight spaz on your ass like mystical, nigga, here I go. This that Suge Knight, hang you over the balcony by your leg float. This that Suge Knight, get my dough right. I get a choke cold till I see a check sign. Colombian necktie to your neckline. Old school death row banging in my Alpine, price on my head. But niggas miss like Shaq at the foul line, no I'm not dead. They want a minstrel show on their mix show till they find out that I'm more dead pressed. I'm so dead pressed. Malcolm X on PCP, got the game on DDT. Young niggas so CPT, poison no BBD. They like OMG, huh? Bought life to the game like CPR, like God on your CDR, huh? Black Joshua, burning bush full of cushion. My staff is a motherfucking chopper, a rap nigga problem. Corrupt game solution, operation from the bottom. Told the master, you pick cotton. Took his whip, beat his kids and stole his shit. That's Compton shit, this proper spit. Elijah Muhammad, took he no comment. Compton Bin Laden, 210 comment. Tell Willie Lynch, Nat Turner got options. Man, fuck these niggas, no sky fishing, no Frank Ocean. Can't stomp for hoes and no Ford Focus, need Range Rover. They wouldn't give a fuck about a nigga if the beats was whack and the flow was bogus, huh? They wouldn't give a fuck about a nigga if the beats was whack and the flow was bogus, huh? This that Suge Knight, hang you over the balcony by your leg flow.
Second of all, I'd like to thank my home
got to try me young tuck, pocket rocket, and call it my days low. Straight spaz on your ass like mystical, nigga,
like
here I go.
Keep his guards up, we
this
ride
that
with him.
Suge Knight, hang you over the balcony by your leg flow.
And what I'm saying, I like to say, any artist out there want to be an artist and want to stay a star, don't have to worry about the executive producer trying to be all in the videos, all on the record, dancing. Come to Death Row.
Nigga, I make hits. Probably throw my Grammy party at Cliffs. Stand on stage and blow spliffs. It's a black tie, and I'm in black khaki suit. Ain't got a deal, went inside for a coup. Be a goon for some out-of-state niggas dunking Snoop. Or maybe Suge couldn't tell you who it was. All I know is that they West Coast signies hella broke. I'd rather sell dope than to be a fucking joke. Hit a house, snatch a safe, then a smile in your face. Get a bullshit chain, hit the club, get some fame. Cause when you through with me, I'm doing the same thing. I ain't your homie, can I get a pass when I'm in California? Or them niggas who be down just to roll up marijuana. Type of nigga that'll stay home if 40 Glock coming. But 40 Glock a bitch and ain't nobody scared of them. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, then I went inside a cave and I came out deaf. I don't hear niggas hate, I don't study your threat. Guess my heart went sour like a vinaigrette. Nothing to lose, I'm giving niggas the blues. BB King of the team, Bobby Blue of the crew. Ooh, my OG big homie told me, my OG big homie told me. I have a scale, I don't have a dream. Like a young turned up Martin Luther King. My philosophy is anything you can achieve. You with a nigga, let me hear you say true indeed. True indeed. To the day I'm paying with plastic, overloaded with acids. I'ma be in the hood trying to cash in. True indeed. True indeed, I'm a fiend for the cash cream. I got a thirst for the fast lane, high life. Old heads tell me, nigga, get your mind right. Old niggas gotta learn, this is my life. Dirty hands to my palms, fill 100 grand. Turned up to my mom's, get a sicker pad. $1 million flow, searching for that pot of gold. Last dragon with the beats, bitch, I got the glow. Had songs stole from me and I made more. Doing beats in my mama crib, selling dro. They call the shit the lab, cause I cook dope. Scale long beats going till I see dope. I'm Bill Nye on the drum set. Miles Davis in the khaki suit and the golf hat. Prince in his prime, purple rain, it's the forecast. Now I'm touching hoes like a motherfucking drum pad. Y'all niggas comedy, kinda like a Sinbad. Somebody tell these niggas who the motherfucking best is. Double cup full, you would think I'm out of Texas. I'ma get this money while you other niggas set trip. Guess I had to go and get my valleys up. Off of the finale up when fake ass niggas gotta tally up. Youngin' on his Zanny up, trying to get his Grammys up. Knock it out the park, young nigga on his Sammy so. As I walked through the valley of the shadow of death, then I went inside a cave and I came out deaf. I don't hear niggas hate, I don't study your threat. Guess my heart went sour like a vinaigrette. Nothing to lose, I'm giving niggas the blues. BB King of the team, Bobby Blue of the crew. My OG big homie told me, my OG big homie told me.
Yeah. Screwball Radio. Definitely got I Am Jameal on here. One thing I love about the homie is he got that Compton sound, man, that LA sound. And it's definitely needed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you listen to a lot of production today, the shit watered down. You don't really feel that shit. You know, and music is supposed to be a feeling, like you're supposed to feel it in your heart. You know what I'm saying?
Hit you off the gate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. Like them first couple joints, man. It was like being under palm trees, man. That's straight LA shit, you know, straight Compton, you know. And I definitely admire that, you know, because so many people try to sound like other places, because they trying to fit in the narrative of what their music is supposed to be like, when music is supposed to be what comes out of you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, you know, what was your first big record? I mean, besides Potholes, you know, and you know, on the one record I heard you say that you opened up for homie from the Bone Thug, and then he was like, nah, he ain't want you to he ain't want you to perform like
yeah. Oh, that's the beginning of career shit, man. That's the old one right there. Yeah, man. Man, that's the old one right there. Yeah. Potholes would probably be the biggest one. I had a lot of underground records, that like street records, but Potholes is probably the one that brought me to the forefront. I got another one called Big Nash Freestyle. You know what I'm saying? That was kind of like big out here on the West Coast. Did pretty good. You know what I'm saying? But Potholes is that one. You know what I'm saying? That kind of like took me out of here. But like, I got a lot of records though, as far as just underground. You know, I'm an underground artist. You know what I'm saying? I used to stray away from it, but now I kind of embrace it, and you know, I love it. Like,
so being from LA, you know, being from Compton, who's somebody that you want to work with, that, you know, like that in the back of your mind, like, yeah, I need to work with so and so, not because who they are, but just more so that they can help you captivate what you're looking to do. Because, you know, there's some producers out there, like for me, that if I could sit down with them in a session, I know they'll bring the best out of me. You know, not saying that I won't bring the best out of myself, but it's just something about their production that fits you, and they could bring the best out of you. Like for me, if I ever work with Havoc of Mobb Deep,
oh man, yeah.
If I ever work with The Alchemist, I always feel like those two producers will bring the best out of me. You know what I'm saying?
Like West Coast, I want to work with Quick.
Mm.
I want to work with Quick. If I gotta say anybody from the West Coast, and if I had to be somebody from the East Coast, it's like it'll either be 45 King or Salon Remy, one of them.
Mm.
You know what I'm
Big
saying?
Salam Remy. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
45 Kings, the OG, you know. So, you know,
Mm-hmm.
that lets me know where your mind is at because you definitely, you know, for the culture. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
That goes to show he's a student.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah, for sure.
people be sleep on the 45 King. He has some joints. Like you know what I'm saying? He has some joints.
Yeah, that's for
Like a lot of
certain.
that lot of Queen Latifah shit that she had hits. You know, he was doing all that.
That's dope, man. That's dope. So where you looking to go? You know what I'm saying? Like not
I think
really seeing where your what your plan is.
I think like right now I took a little break. Like I took a 5 year break. My mom had caught cancer and
God bless,
subsequently
man.
got put on hospice, and so I just took a break like in 2022 to kind of ride her time out, you know, like ride the time out with her and kind of just chill. So I just released my first song in like 5 years, maybe like a month ago. It's called Candlelight. It's out now on all streaming platforms or whatever. But right now is I'm just super immersed in the production world. Like you know what I'm saying? Like even though I wasn't actively recording as an artist, like I've been doing some writing and I've been working with a lot of different artists, some major, some little to lesser known, you know what I'm saying? So right now I'm just kind of like, you know, trying to get myself acclimated back into what this is. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's been 5 years, like, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of stuff has changed, you know, from when I was doing it. It was, you know, when I was doing it was still the blog eras or whatever. You know, the blogs don't exist no more. That's not, you know. So I'm just kind of like, you know, getting my feet wet and learning, like, you know.
I mean, the blogs are still there, but it's not the go to.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing for sure is you know the bloggers are still there. They still talking about good music. Um, it's just you know the streaming shit and Instagram and all these other things. But definitely, I still deal with the bloggers because you know on the independent level, you always want to touch base with the bloggers. You know, it's just another outlet. You know, it might not be like you said, it might not be it might not be World Star no more, none of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But World Star is still around. People are still using the platform to do what they do with it. And I just feel, you know, a person like yourself, man, you got all this talent. I'm glad you back to making music because of course, you know, we're creators, man. One thing that keeps us going is the whole fact that we can create. You know,
Yeah.
that's what keeps us grounded. Cause, you know, you take the music away from us, you know, the world is the world is burning. You
It's
know what I mean?
burning. It's burning. So, you know, like right now I got a couple singles I'm getting ready to release. I'm kind of like I had a full project, but I'm like kind of paying attention to the industry. So right now I'm gonna just do the single thing for like the next couple of months. And then I'm working with J Rock on finishing his album for TDE right now.
Official.
And just kind of just kicking back, man. Just you know, enjoying being like it's started to be fun again for me. For a little while, it was like I wasn't having fun no more. So on top of my mom getting sick, kind of just like took a little break. But I'm starting to
Right.
like enjoy myself, and you know, and music is so much of my just like general therapy too. So
Yeah, man. Keep giving it to us, man. Like pause on that, but you know,
Yeah.
you know, like you know, you got that talent, man, and I could hear it, man. You know, if you ever need anything from me, just holler at me, man. I'm always
oh
down to
man,
work.
we gonna work. I'm definitely a part of the family. Like I was saying earlier, I had just went in my hard drive and found like I got the audio from the first time I ever did one of these podcasts with my boy Eric. You know what I'm saying? So shit's just crazy, man, coming full circle, man. So I definitely appreciate y'all having me on.
Hey, one
Yeah,
more
for
thing,
sure.
one more question before you bounce, man. If in them hard drive, were you able to find the black Nazi, the Hitler Nazi joint?
hey, look. So right now, I'm signed to United Masters or whatever, and so I'm working with them right now to like clear samples and stuff like that. And you remember I used to be big on like using the audio clips and shit from like the news shit and shit like that, or movies and
Right.
shit like that. Oh man, they suing for all that shit now. So one of my projects, Funeral Boy, just got taken down because I used like a 5-second news clip that was public domain. But so what we doing right now is my team is going through everything and we taking out like a lot of the samples and the shit that we was using. And so I'm gonna do like almost like a compilation album and release a lot of those old songs from like SoundCloud and from the Dat Piff days because people ask me about them all the time.
I'm gonna put you on the game. I don't you know, I know you, but there's ways around sample clearance,
Okay,
and
yeah, we need to sit down and talk. Definitely.
and I'll let you know on IG. I'll send you a text over there. But it's really it could sound like it, but not be it.
Yeah, but look, here's the biggest thing because y'all some hip hop heads, so y'all gonna understand me. There is an attack on sample based producers and sample music, and it's just like if you
Yeah,
look at the essence.
ever since
Go ahead, brother.
Puffy, ever since
Mhm.
Puff, he ruined it.
I mean, if you look at the essence of what this is, it's killing the essence, man. Like I've done the replay, the reinterpretation. I'm real good at that too. But it's just like how you gonna take the one element, this how this shit started. Like how you gonna take the element? Like
And to
Well,
make matters even worse, they made Who Sample, so that's basically kind of like dry
oh,
snitch.
they
but
like
you
that.
know what it
And
is?
then look, I used to like Who Sampled because like I could go and find out like it's little quirky shit that producers know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what's that sound? What record is like, like the funky drummer. That's like, something that the producers, everybody know about the funky drummer. And so I thought when Who Sample first came out, I thought it was just like super dope. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm like, they like the sample police now.
Hmm. But you know what it is too. Also, is the actual creators of the music. They might not be making too much money off the music anymore because it might not be being played enough. But it's always good to reach out to the person and see if you could get a one-on-one with them. Because they could always just say, yeah, go ahead, use it. Just make sure we get something. You
Yeah.
know about it. Like look at Michael Jackson, right? So SWV sampled one of his beats, and he didn't get none from it. He didn't want none from it. He said, "Go ahead, rock."
Mm-hmm.
So it's really about getting in contact with the artist or the producer that created the original and seeing if they with it. But you gotta remember too, a lot of these artists, they hate hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They hate it. They hate it. So they don't want none of their music being looped or whatever it is. But the
Yeah,
end
I'm
of the
I'm like
day,
I'm like Herbie Hancock or Miles. Like I never want to get so up in age where I don't like a lot of the new shit. Like I started trying AI for the first time and like I want to say last month. You know what I'm saying? Added it, kind of like trying to figure out ways to incorporate it into my production, and I love it. You know
mm,
what I'm saying? I love it. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean that it's not gonna turn into a Who Sample situation in the next. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Because some of the things that you can do with AI, it's mind blowing. Like a person could really like, that's why I'm kind of like I'm leery right now about sending out snippets and stuff like that. Like, usually when I record records, I have like a group of people that I'll send records to, tell me how this sound, what you think about this. But
Mm-hmm.
now I'm kind of like I keep everything kind of like sheltered and I got a hard drive that's encrypted with a passcode because if people get a MP3, they can steal your whole song and you will never know it.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, since you're big on the AI, what you think about like this going to Timberland and Timberland signing an AI artist and creating this music with an AI artist?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, you know, now you're taking away from an actual person that you could probably change their life, and you talking about somebody that don't really exist.
Well, like, look, here's the upside to it though. For me, like as a writer, I used to write songs a lot, and I would demo them myself, but I'm not a
Mm,
singer. So when I put them in front of people, they just probably don't. I have a few that people have picked up, but then like especially when you write for R&B people, if I can't sing, they just don't get it. You know what I'm saying? And so
right.
now with the I can write and I can have the voice style be whatever I want it to be. If I'm trying to demo a song for a woman, or if I'm trying to demo a song for a man, and so like I
See,
use it to.
that's
What you
different because you showing it so like this is how I want you to sound.
Mm-hmm.
But to say that I'm signing an AI artist,
It's crazy. It's
yeah,
crazy. It is crazy, but Timberland's always been somebody that wanted to be an innovator. He was like ahead of his time. He's actually the one that made me start, you know what I'm saying, using it.
mm,
And but even like I'm telling a lot of my partners that sample based producers with the sample based production, it's like it's crazy what you can do with AI. It's crazy what because you can almost be like a cyborg Pete Rock, to where you could take all these elements from all these different records, and I mean down to the science. Like hey, I want that kick. I don't want nothing from this record but the bass line. And I kind of got around some producers in the last 2 or 3 months that was using it, and I was just looking at the way they were actually using it. You know what I'm saying? As a musician, like coming up with
mm,
these cool ways to incorporate it into what they were doing.
right. I mean, it's
But
definitely the creativity.
here's the scary thing about it. So I have a friend who sampled some Sade music. So
Mm,
one of her songs, I think it was like "Kiss of Life," and they weren't able to clear it. So what they did was when they actually ran the whole instrumental through an AI program, and it gave them a vocal that sounded damn near like "Kiss of Life," just different vocals. And so I said that's scary for an accomplished artist or somebody. Like if you're working on a project and you sharing files, that's been big in the hip hop industry for years. Like you
yeah,
will go to a studio session and somebody will hear one of your records, and the next thing you know, they using your sample. Now they can damn near just dissect your whole song if they can get enough of a good, clean quality audio of it.
yeah,
That's the scary part about it.
yeah. That's for certain. That's definitely like when people go and mix and master my music, I tell them, yo, you better not have nobody in that session, man.
Yes, yeah. And then
Because if
even
I
even
hear
for
anything that
man,
sounds remotely like something I did, we're gonna have a problem.
and even for musicians, like the scary thing, like I can play a bunch of different instruments, but I'm not what's considered like I do everything. I DJ, I make beats, I rap, so I wouldn't consider myself a musician. A musician. Like I have
Mm,
friends that's all they do is play bass for the church or play bass in these local bands and stuff like that. And then for them, they're like literally really like not needed at this point right now. You know what I'm saying? Which is a
yeah, that's
scary
crazy.
thing too.
Yeah,
It's
that's
almost not
crazy.
important to learn an instrument. So that's the scary thing about it. But I mean, like they said the same thing about the synthesizer in the 80s, and Herbie Hancock and Miles and them was messing with them. They was like, this, you remember Cameo had that song Word Up, and they was like talking about the DJs and you know what I'm saying, and the drum machines and shit. Where's Cameo now? you know?
Yeah,
So you kind of gotta progress with the times.
yeah, you definitely gotta roll with it or get rolled over. You know what I'm saying? That's for certain.
Really gotta adapt.
Yeah, I mean, that's like with social media and everything. We went from reading magazines, and now there's the internet. Now there's no more magazines. Or buying an album and reading everything on the insert, and seeing where they got the sample from, and just the little ways of
seeing where they
learning shit.
recorded the music, and that's how I found out about Electric Lady Studio and all these spots from reading the liner notes, and it's like they don't exist no more.
Yeah, nah. Now you just get your Spotify, you got the album, you might get who produced it, the artist that's featured on it, but that's the extent of it. But a person like myself, I still buy vinyl. I'll still buy a cassette tape if they drop it. It's just the nostalgia for me. But definitely always buying shit. I'm always buying vinyl, always buying CDs. I love supporting the artists that's out there doing what they do. Because the streaming shit, that shit ain't it.
It ain't it, man.
But yeah, man. Screwball Radio, episode 279, the I Am Jameal episode. And I'm here with Big Compton. I'm going to call you Big Compton, you know what I'm saying? Because you stand up for your city. And definitely respect you for that. And yo, E, got any more music?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Let's get to it, baby.
All right.
I would tell the sheriffs, I got rid of the Compton PD, and I will get rid of you. I'm not scared of you. Feel me? But now you get another cat in as mayor. He getting his check from the same place the sheriffs are getting their check from.
They said Omar stole money, they lying, I don't believe him. He wouldn't take money from fans, was for the people. They say I water worse than Flint, but we all drink it, cook with it. Wash our clothes and we bathe in it. Man, I gotta make it out of this bitch, let's hit a lick. 9 to 5 ain't paying me shit, I need a brick. When the rock ain't selling this quick, we dipping sticks.
And I got that Compton blood.
This, that. Big Nash with the braids flow. Dirty fat nigga now, bally my raincoat. I'm a vibe like Biggie Smalls rocking the Kango. Smoking that Freddie Gibbs, bitch feeding me mango. Used to ditch school jack niggas for Franco. Bitcoin, Dogecoin, I want the pesos. Snoop Dogg last meal, you better lay low. Y'all buy shoes, I'ma buy more Dracos. Let's just take them back to the trap. Digital scale, good sense, baggies in the pack. You was a store run nigga, remember that? Take this, bring my chains and backwoods back. Now you tough talk, flex for the net. Out west, got stripped for the chains on your neck. Now you gotta call, you call, pun, call whack. Or get top on the phone to get it back. Please, God, don't turn me into a rapper. These rap niggas lame as hell, they be capping. Step show, step on niggas like a capper. HK scope suppressor, double tapping. Cortez 501s, I be sagging. She like, how you know, old girl? I be mashing. Told my little crody the world, you can have it. Stay sharp, stay dangerous, demonstrate with action. They said Omar stole money, they lying, I don't believe him. He wouldn't take money from fans, was for the people. They say I water worse than Flint, but we all drink it, cook with it. Wash our clothes and we bathe in it. Man, I gotta make it out of this bitch, let's hit a lick. 9 to 5 ain't paying me shit, I need a brick. When the rock ain't selling this quick, we dipping sticks.
And I got that Compton blood in me. I have been to parties. And I'm not gonna go no further than that. Where me and Front Hood Crips had to team up to get out of there. You feel me? Because in the end of the day, it's a Compton thing.
Yeah, we back.
Yeah. Screwball Radio. What's the word?
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to bring them back right quick.
But yeah, once again, man, shout out to I Am Jameal. Go check him out. Let the people know where they could get your music, all your handles.
I am Jameal on all social media. I'm Jameal _CPT. Type in I'm Jameal, you'll find me on anything. Got a lot of new music coming. Super dope features and a documentary and an affirmation book coming in the next couple of weeks.
Official.
No doubt.
But yeah, man, thank
Appreciate
you for
y'all
coming
having
on.
me on. It's all love, Screwball Radio. If you ain't
Wuhan.
messing with Screwball, I don't know what you doing.
True indeed, true indeed. Shout out to my brother E, you know what I'm saying? We be holding it down every Saturday night. Anytime you got some new music dropping, just send it. We gonna rock it. You know what I'm saying? We always show love. We always keep our ear to the street. So you ain't gotta be some
I
platinum
think the
selling
brother got
rapper.
cut off.
You know, we always gonna show love. Cause you know, one thing I love about hip hop is I love artists that put passion into it. You know, anybody could get a check. But if you ain't making music out of the love for the culture, it's gonna show.
Yo,
And the music that's made from the love of the culture is felt all around the world. You know what I'm saying? So definitely keep doing what you're doing, homie.
Right behind you, man.
So E, let's play this last record of his. And
We
let's
out.
get us out of here. Who hands
right.
Screwball Radio live from the Matrix.
Let's go.
LA's newest housing hotspot is Compton. That's where homes not too far from the beach are going for less than $400,000.
Crystal Cruz is live in Compton to show us why this is the new trendy city to make a buy.
I used to be ashamed of where I lived when I was a kid. The helicopter with the light that flew overhead. The gunshots in the night when I was in bed. Compton on your address, they don't treat you the same, but now I'm a product of it, and fuck it, I love it. GR recipient buying dope with the money, cause the first of the month, the crackheads turn zombie, and that money and stamps ain't really helping me, honestly. I'm stuck in a pothole and I'm trying to get out it. Crash unit chase you down, choke you out till you vomit. I see hardcore killers cry to God of their mama. I seen kids shot down over neighborhood drama. I'ma make it out, put that shit on my mama. But the time is ticking, I'm in a rush for the commas. Never go against the grain for a like and a comment. I ain't cut like that, that ain't keeping it Compton. Niggas say I'm the truth, I'm a loc, I'm a prophet. I was left and forgotten, like a pothole in Compton. I grew up in the slums, Hub City was popping. When you come up like us, just giving up ain't an option. Yeah, I'm just a nigga from the city with a dream to be G like Easy. Fuck up a little cream. I was cold in the winter, only a white tee. Selling dope in December for my daughter to eat. But these potholes don't define me. I'ma make it, and these potholes the reason I'm focused to be the greatest. And these potholes come from funds misappropriated. These potholes and fucked up streets can never break us. These potholes got us all caught up in the matrix. You believe in God, just pray that she come and save us. These potholes got us all caught up in the matrix. You believe in God, just pray that she come.
Sun's outside, clouds gone away. Open up my eyes, pray the Lord to stay. These burdens on my back, you don't know how much it weighs. Pray for sunshine, but it's rainy days. Yeah, there's gotta be a brighter day. Yeah, there's gotta be a brighter day. Hey, hey. Yeah, there's gotta be a brighter day. Said there's gotta be a brighter day. Yeah, there's gotta be a brighter day. Yeah, there's gotta be a brighter day. Hey, hey. Yeah, there's gotta be a brighter day. Yeah, there's gotta be a brighter day.
Hi, you guys. Newer shopping centers like the one behind me is one reason why a broker says Compton could be or should be calling your name if you're on the hunt for a home.
The walk is nightly. Destination changes from the park to the bread store or just go around and just go look at Christmas lights.
This house is pretty.
Yeah.
But these potholes don't define me.
Straight out of Compton.
Compton now, you have a Target, you have a Best Buy.
But these potholes don't define me.
I mean, as far as services come.
Without a Porter Ranch.
But these potholes don't define me.
This is my oldest daughter, Mackenzie's room.
2-bath.
We put it in
But these potholes don't define me.
1,500 square foot home.
Here you'll get this fixed up, bells and whistles for around 425 grand.
We took a walk with Julio and his family around his street at night.
And you guys just feel safe walking to
Man, don't you?
I did. His wife Nicole does too.
And we know our neighbors and they're very friendly and we can walk around the block and I do feel secure here.
Muzo. What's up? Screwball. Madman. Yeah. Fuck they talking about? Frontin' like they know that fake shit going on. Fuck all that bullshit. They ain't my man. Still sharp and still. Knowledge feed knowledge. Water feed the seed so the flowers can flourish. Fiends filled with poison, looking malnourished. Mind refined so my thoughts be the purest. Screwball the grimiest, out the mud the dirtiest. Hands be the filthiest. That New York City shit. 5 horsemen equestrian, Comet the Machiavellian, the thespian, Strong Island villain. Verbal cartridge filled, mask on, mask off. Hear the drum when it sound off. Shit bang like letting the pound off. Navigating through the Lord, vibrating my way out the wilderness, the sickness. You dealing with an epidemic, a pestilence, infected with devils, is hell on earth. The gift and the curse, floating in the universe. Godly visions in the mind of a sinner. You dealing with a madman on wasteland. Precipitation on the watch, keep that trigger palm cocked as you scramble the block. Watch, the ops watching. One time clock and shit is hot. Hard soft pills, murder, death, kill. Shit is real in the field. Every corner death dealing. Bitches only care what they wearing. They storytelling, Comet is the villain. Load dripping, pistol gripping. A man on a mission, a man with vision. Came up out the kitchen to carry on tradition, giving you that realness. Living off experience, time ticking, need that poor shit and with the roof missing. Bitch niggas trying to fit in, but they don't fit the description. Silk cloths, Egyptian, my ambitions of a rider. Moving through hell's fire with the eye of the tiger. Get hit in the crossfire. Silver surfing in my street car named Desire. Fiends getting wired.